So let's start with Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. We welcome all the devotees for our Friday satsang. So today, anybody needs Hindi translation? Everybody can understand English. Anybody who doesn't understand English, please raise your hand, because His Grace Ranjot Prabhuji will be translating in Hindi. Thank you, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namkritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Today we will be glorifying Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, sloka 29. Please repeat after me. Anantaschasmi nagana varno yadasama pitranam aryamachasmi yamaha samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi nagana varno yadasamaham pitranam aryamachasmi yamaha samyamatamaham. Anantaschasmi nagana varno yadasamaham pitranam Pitranam Aryamachasmi Yamaha Samyamatam.
Anantastasmi naganam
Mataji is right. Synonyms, please repeat after me. Anantaha, Ananta, Cha, also, Asmi, I am, Nagana, of the many hooded serpents, Varunaha, the demigod controlling the water, Yadasa, of all equities, Aham, I am, Pitrana, of the ancestors, Aryama, Aryama, Cha, also, Asmi, I am, Yamaha, the controller of death, Samyamata, of all regulators, Aham, I am. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the many hooded Nagas, I am Ananta, and among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the Lord of Death. Purport: among the many hooded Naga serpents, Ananta is the greatest, as is the demigod Varuna among the aquatics. They both represent Krishna. There is also a planet of Pitas, ancestors, presided over by Aryama, who represents Krishna. There are many living entities who give punishment to the miscreants, and among them, Yama is the chief. Yama is situated in a planet near this earthly planet. After death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kinds of punishments for them. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalape Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Bhasvanena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyam Dadapi Swapadamikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvanatam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Savana Lita Shri Shatanavasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati गोपेशा गोपिका राधा तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. First of all, thank you, Mr. HG Sripadambuja, for giving me this opportunity. Even though I am not so qualified neither in spiritual knowledge in or in spiritual practice, but you have given me this seva. So this I take it as an instruction. So along with instructions, senior Vaishnavas also give empowerment. So I will take it as an empowerment point, and I would like to put all my efforts in serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. So before I proceed any further, because I would like to take this opportunity also to glorify our acharyas, especially today morning we had His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj Vyas Puja glorification in our Mayapur hall. Was not there. So Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja was on 3rd of January, 68th Vyas Puja of Maharaj. Right now in Tirupati the Vyas Puja is going on. So I'd like a few some time to glorify him. Let's begin with this shloka which Maharaj recites every time he starts his discourse. नामश्रेष्ठं मनुमपि सचिपुत्रं पुत्रस्वरूपं रूपं तस्याग्रजं गुरुपुरीं मधुरीं गोष्ठवासिं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरं प्रभु राधिका माधवासं प्राप्तो यस्य प्रतीतकृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नातोऽस्मि. This is from Mukta Charita from Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. This shloka's translation is like this. I bow down to my spiritual master who, by his profuse mercy, has given me the supreme holy name, the son of Sachi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Swarup Damodar, Sri Rupa Goswami, his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, Vrindavan Dham, Mathura Dham. Also, he has given Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, and also he has given me strength to and love for Radhika and Madhava. So I bow down to our spiritual master. So without spiritual master, definitely we don't know all this. Bhakti or holy name. So in Kali Yuga, as we know, Hare Nam eva kevalam, Kalo nasti evan nasti gati ranyata. So it is spiritual master who has given us this name. So we are purifying ourselves every day through japa, that is the name given by spiritual master. His Holiness always quotes this particular shloka in most of his lectures. It is told that Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashay has put this shloka on the wall of his house, and his divine grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was in his childhood, used to every day recite this shloka. It's a very important shloka for all of us. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 9, Shloka 29. Labdhva so durlabham idam bahu sambhavante manusya artadam anityam अपीह तीर तोरणम इतेत नापतिच अनुमृत्यु यावन निश्चयसया विषय कलो सर्वस्य. The sloka's translation is like this: Labdva so durlabham. So we have got this human life, which is so durlabh, which is not so easy to get this. Bahu sambhavante. After many lifetimes, we have got this janma of Manushya, which is Arthada, which is the most meaningful because only humans have intelligence. Anityam, it is also temporary. Apiha Tira, Tira means the person who is sober or intelligent should immediately endeavor for towards Nishchaya Seya, that is towards liberation, and Nishchaya Vishaya Kalo Sarvasya Seya. Vishaya, that is material sense gratification, is available even for the lowest species of life in this Kali Yuga across. So Maharaj has inspired me definitely through this shloka every time I hear from him. So His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Vyas Puja Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. So, for the first time I got this opportunity to sit on this Vyasasana and give this discourse. So definitely yes, my Diksha Guru, I have been very much inspired from him. Also, for me to sit here today, there are other responsible acharyas whom it is indeed very essential for me to glorify them today. Because one of the most prolific new generation 3 ISKCON sannyasis, Guru, His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj has told in his book Tattva 2 that whenever we are sitting on Vyasasana, we should think that we are sitting on the shoulders of our acharyas. So today, when I am sitting here, the four pillars, I would like to take names of these four acharyas who are responsible for me and what I learned from them. And this learning will also be very useful to all of you. You can make a record of this, notes of this, so it will help definitely all of us in our spiritual life. First of all, I am very grateful to His Grace Asimananda Krishna Prabhuji, because of whom I am here. His statement that 99% of our spiritual progress is depends on our chanting. So he inculcated the chanting habit in me. So earlier I was not so keen on chanting, but in those initial days, but he continuously fed me that you have to improve your chanting every day. So my first guru who inculcated for me taste in chanting is His Grace Simananda Krishna Prabhuji. And one shloka I remember whenever I meet him, he used to tell me is Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 shloka 27. Prakrute kriyamānāni gunai karmāni sarvasaha ahankara vibodhatma karta aham iti manyate. So always we should remember we are not the doers. It is Prakriti, the three modes of nature, the mode of goodness, the mode of passion or mode of ignorance based on our karmas. It will be acting, and we should never think we are the doers. So this is one important thing that shloka that I learned from. Then of course, second most important acharya from whom I learned a lot is His Grace Prakash Prabhuji, because the most important thing I learned from him is अनुकूलस्य संकल्प प्रतिकूलस्य वर्जनम रक्षिसति विश्वासो गौत्रत्वे वर्णम तथा आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्य षड्विधि शरणागति. Do everything that is favorable for bhakti and disown anything that is unfavorable for bhakti. So he inculcated this habit of reading. He is the great inspiration and motivation for me to start reading Prabhupada's books. So especially Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then subsequently he also motivated me to read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Leelamrita. So one after the other, he motivated me to read this. So this is a shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22. that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing to Sanatana Goswami, shloka number 100. Then, for me, the next important acharya is His Grace Yashomati Nandan Prabhu. He gave a very big instruction for me. Once it so happened that in Sanatana Prabhuji's home, first time when we met, I met my Diksha Guru in his home. When I first time I saw him, I know he is representative of Lord Krishna. The words were not coming out of my mouth. Then next day I met Prabhuji and told Prabhuji, I don't know what happened. When Maharaj was there, no words were coming out of my mouth. Then he gave a very important instruction that yes, it is good that he couldn't talk. See, when we are meeting our acharyas or senior persons, we should ensure that our intelligence will live near the slipper outside. So we should not use our intelligence in front of our acharyas. This is a very big instruction I got from Prabhuji. And one of the shlokas I remember which Prabhuji quotes several times and which has inspired me a lot is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, Shloka 44. ताप्यन्ते लोकतापयन् साधुः प्रायश्चनाः परमाराधनं तद्धि पुरुषस्य अखिलात्मानः. So, all the responsible persons in the society should take up the tapa or the miseries of the common persons on their shoulders. This chapter is where Lord Shiva is drinking the poison of when the Rakshasa and demigods were churning the ocean, the poison came out, and Lord Shiva, to save all the living entities, he drank the poison. So all the responsible persons should be like that. For the sake of the people whom they are protecting, they should be ready to take the poison also. So this is the very important instruction I got from Prabhuji. I will be very grateful for him as well. Thank you, Prabhuji. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, Shloka 44. ताप्यन्ते लोकतापेन साधुः प्रायश्यो जनः परमाराधनं तद्धि पुरुषस्य अखिलात्मानः. It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is present in everyone's heart. Thank you. Then, my fourth Guru who inspired me a lot is His Grace Rancho Krishna Prabhuji. He is here. So, he inspired me because every class he inspires all of us to take notes. आज क्या बिंदु आपने नोट किया? So what is your takeaway? So every day, so he inspired me that every class I attend, I take away something. It's very essential that we learn something every day in the class and we take home. So, and one shloka Prabhuji always quotes whenever I see him, I remember this. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Shloka 11, Prabhuji, Vadanti tat tattva vidas तत्त्वं यज्ञानम् अद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमातेति भगवानेति इति शब्दते. So this shloka, so whenever I meet Prabhuji, this shloka I remember. So this is one of my method. Whenever I see the serious senior acharyas, I remember one of these shlokas. Also, His Grace Namavadar Prabhuji is here. I also got a lot of inspiration and motivation from him. One of the most inspiring thoughts I received from him is always he tells, Prabhuji, Maya is very strong, material energy is very strong. We are walking on a razor. We have to be every time very careful. So, thank you, Prabhuji, for your instructions. And one of the shlokas I remember, Prabhuji, whenever I look at him, who is the shloka which you have told several times is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Shloka 7. यस्यां वैश्रूयमानायां कृष्णे परमपुरुषे Bhakti Utpadayes Pumsam Shoka Moha Bhaya Apahaha. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. So, coming back to today's topic, sorry, I took some time. Uh, today's shloka, as we know, chapter 10, it's opulence of Krishna we are reading in the past series of weeks. And so many opulences of Krishna we read. And today's opulence, as we see, the important points that we are going to read further is about Lord Anantadev, Nagas, Varuna, Aryama, and Yama. So, uh, first of all, let's start with Lord Anantadev. Whatever I have taken now, these topics, everything is from Srimad Bhagavatam. I will be quoting the references and you can read as well. Oh, sorry. So, Lord Anantadev has got unlimited faces. Holding over the head of Vishnu is Ananta, Anantashaya. He has Ananta hooves and Ananta mouth, and Ananta means unlimited. He is trying to chant the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead unlimitedly in unlimited time, and still it is unfinished. This is by Prabhupada's purport. Now, the glories of Lord Ananta. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, chapter 25, this, the chapter name itself, the glories of Lord Ananta. So, this I have directly copied from the chapter summary, where Shukadeva Goswami is glorifying Lord Ananta. Shukadeva Goswami describes Ananta, the source of Lord Shiva. Lord Ananta, whose body is completely spiritual, resides at the root of the planet Patala. A month ago, there was a session by His Grace Vaibhav Krishna Prabhuji, wherein he gave the details of all the 14 planetary systems, the upper planetary system, the Bhuloka, and the Patala Lokas. There are 7 Patala Lokas, starting from Atada, Vitada, Sutada, Tadakada, Mahatada, Rasatada, and Patada. So 7. And Lord Ananta is below Patada Loka. He always lives in the core of Lord Shiva's heart, and he helps him destroy the universe. Ananta instructs Lord Shiva how to destroy the cosmos, and thus he is sometimes called Tamasi, or one who is in the mode of darkness. He is the original deity of material consciousness, and because he attracts all living entities, he is sometimes known as Sankarshana. So, from Sankarshana, we have to understand that all the gravitational power comes from Lord Ananta. The entire material world is situated on the hooves of Lord Sankarshana. So, it is told in this particular shloka that all the planets are like mustard seed in the hood of Lord Ananta. From his forehead, he transmits to Lord Shiva the power to destroy this material world. Because Lord Sankarshana is an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, many devotees offer him prayers and in the planetary system of Patada. All the Suras, Asuras, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, and learned sages offer in their respectful obeisances. The Lord talks with them in a sweet voice. His bodily construction is completely spiritual and very, very beautiful. Anyone who hears about him from a proper spiritual master becomes free from all material consumptions of life. The entire material energy is working according to the plans of Anantadeva. Therefore, we should regard him as the root cause of the material creation. There is no end to his strength, and no one can fully describe him, even with countless mouths. Therefore, he is called Ananta, unlimited. Being very merciful toward all living entities, he has exhibited his spiritual body. Shukadeva Goswami describes the glories of Anantadeva to Maharaja Parikshit in this way. So, whatever I have taken is from, as I mentioned, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 25. You can further read this chapter for further information on Lord Anantadeva. Okay. So, next we will study about Nagas. Nagas are nothing but snakes. So, snakes are also one of the living entities or species. So, I'd like to give some information about snakes also. In the material world, like we see National Geography, so many snakes are on the show. They have found 3,800 types of snake species till now. Okay, so as we know, whatever the statistics in the material world, there are many things which are still not yet discovered. But in Padma Puran, already how many species are there? There are 84 lakh species. It's already there is a shloka in Padma Puran which we can see there. Jalaja Nava Lakshani Stavara Laksha Vimshati Krimayo Rudra Sankyakaha Pakshina Dasha Lakshana Trimsha Lakshani Pashavaha Chatur Lakshani Manushaha. That means 9 lakh species living in the water. So fishes, all these living under the water, there are 9 lakh type of species and twin stavara laksha vimshati, that is stavara. They are fixed at one place. They cannot move, and there is no clothing also on them. These are trees. So stavara, non-living, non-moving living entities such as trees and plants. So, as we know, there are many people in this modern world, Kali Yuga, many film actors and all. They don't like to like proper clothing, or most of the time they remain naked. So, Bhagavatam Prabhupada writes in his purport, any such people who desire to be living naked, they will be born as trees in their next life. So, Krimeyo Rudra Sankhya. Rudra Sankhya is 11. There are 11 Rudras. So, it's called Rudra Sankhya. The 11 is because there are 11 Rudras, it is called as Rudra Sankhya. So, in Bhagavatam, we can see Rudra Sankhya. Why Rudra 11 is called as Rudra Sankhya is because there are 11 Rudras. We can see that in Canto 3, Chapter 12, Shloka number 12, I think. Yeah, you can see here there are 11 Rudras. Okay, who are those? Manyu, Manu, Mahinasa, Maha, Shiva, Ritadvaja, Ugrareta, Ava, Kala, Vamadevan, Ritavrata. You can see here in the translation, Lord Brahma said, my dear boy Rudra, you have 11 other names. So, whenever Rudra Sankhya means that is 11. So, there are 11 lakh species of insects and reptiles. So, Nagas comes under the reptile, under this category, snakes. So, 10 lakh species of birds, Pakshina Dashalakshana, and 30 lakh Trimshal Lakshani Pashavaha, quadrupeds or mammals are there, and 400,000 human species are there, Chatur Lakshani Manushaka. So, before, as the initial shloka we discussed, so we got this human form of life after going through all these 84 lakh species of life. So, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhakyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasada Bhai Bhakti Latha Beach. So, this shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 19, shloka 151, instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sri Rupa Goswami. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary system, and some are going down into the lower planetary system. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the keeper of devotional service. Okay? Swato na sambhava. Alone, our endeavor, we cannot be able to achieve devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 22, Shloka 10 says this. अनादि अविद्या युक्तस्य पुरुषस्य आत्मवेदनम स्वतो ना संभव अन्य तत्व ज्ञानदो भवेत्. So we have to surrender to Guru, who is a tattva jnani. Then only we will be able to get a proper guidance in our spiritual journey. So how Nagas are created? What is the explanation in Srimad Bhagavatam? It is mentioned in Canto 3, chapter 20, Shloka 47 and 48, that once Brahma lay down with his body stretched at full length, he was very concerned that the work of creation had not proceeded at pace. So, Lord, who is the primary creator, he had assigned Brahmaji, who is the sub-creator, to create living entities. But he was not creating living entities according to his own speed of expectation. So, he was in a bad mood, and in a sullen mood, he gave up that body too. The hair that dropped from the body transformed into snakes, and even while the body crawled along with its hand and feet contracted, there sprang from it ferocious serpents, and nagas with their hoods expanded. So this is how the snakes came into existence. And I was reading something interesting about this is general knowledge about snakes. As you know, our anybody knows what is the blinking speed of our eyelashes? It's 300 milliseconds. That is 0.3 second is the speed of blinking of our eyes. Our eyelashes blink at a speed of 0.3 seconds. But a snake bite, when the hood moves of a snake, the movement speed is 0.06 seconds. Your eyes are open, a snake can bite you 5 times. So be careful with the snake. Don't think even if it is trying to bite us, we can escape. This I came to know through National Geographic Channel only, because the hood speed of snake is much faster than our blinking speed of the eyelashes. So be careful. This is, I thought, is a general thing that should share. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, we come across various snakes also. So, anybody would like to tell what all snakes we come across Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Vasuki is one of them. One more snake is there. Okay. Anantadev. In Canto 10, Krishna kills one snake. Agasur, very nice. And there is a snake which is come to kill Parikshit Maharaj. Rakshaka. So, these are all snake species which are. Yes, we forgot. Sorry, Prabhuji, to remind. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 16. Krishna chastises Kaliya. Then now we will study about Varuna Dev. Okay. So Varuna Dev is associated with oceans and water. He is one of the Aditya. Aditya means what? Son of Aditi. So as you know, Mother Aditi is wife of Kashyapa Maharshi. How many wives Kashyapa Maharshi has? 17 wives. Yeah. Diti and Aditi is important because Daksha's 60 daughters. As we know, this is a story in Bhagavatam. Daksha, during his second incarnation, he had 10,000 sons. Our Narada Maharshi takes all the 10,000 sons and turns them into brahmacharis. And then he is very morose, and Daksha gets another 1,000 sons. They also, Narada Maharshi take them and to a place called as Narayana Saras, that is right now in Pakistan. Okay, and he converts them also to brahmacharis. So, Prajapati Daksha curses Narada that you will not have a permanent place in any of the planetary system, you will be wandering. So, then subsequently, Narada only suggests him, you go for girl child. So, Daksha Prajapati gets 60 daughters. Out of the 60 daughters, most of them, he first 27 daughters is married off to moon god. Okay, and 17 daughters, 10 are given to Yama, and 17 of them are given to Kashyapa Maharshi. Kashyapa Maharshi, there are many other wives also like Patru, vulture, Garuda, and also even snakes. They are all coming from various. They are all sisters again. So main important is Aditi and Diti, and Diti's sons are very popular. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Those times, it was told that Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were the first demonic people on the in the planetary system. And now, as we can see in our society, there are many prabhuji writes. There are many Hiranyakashipus, Ravana, Duryodhana in our society. So, so Varuna is also a Dikpalaka, is controlling the western direction, and he is mounted on his vehicle is Makara crocodile. So there is a couple of stories in Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Varuna. One of the stories comes in Canto 10, chapter 29, 27, where Vasudeva is taken away by servants of Varuna, and Lord Krishna goes and relieves him from there. And this particular story which I have taken is from Canto 3, chapter 17, where Hiranyaksha, who is puffed up because of his energy, he goes to Varuna's abode. So, where is Lord Varuna is staying? It is explained here. That is Vibhavari. Vibhavari is the home of Lord Varuna, the lord of aquatic creatures and guardian of the lower regions of the universe, where the demons generally reside. Here, Hiranyaksha fell at Varuna's feet like a low-born man, and to make fun of him, he said with a smile, "Give me battle, O Supreme Lord." So generally we see these puffed up people, they tease other people either because of their strength, money, or whatever the material strength they are having. So he is teasing. As we know, Varuna is his stepbrother. Varuna is his stepbrother, so he is teasing his stepbrother. You are the guardian of an entire sphere and a ruler of wide fame, having crushed the might of arrogant and conceited warriors, and having conquered all the Daityas and Danavas in the world, you once performed a Rajasuya sacrifice to the Lord. So this sloka says, Varuna once upon a time performed Rajasuya yajna, and he also had conquered Daityas and Danavas once upon a time. Thus, mocked by an enemy whose vanity knew no bounds, the worshipful lord of the waters waxed angry, and by dint of his reason, he managed to curb the anger that had sprung up in him, and he replied. So that's some of the good qualities of demigods. Even though they are provocated, they are not getting angry. Okay. So what Varunadev is replying, we will see here. Oh dear one, we have now desisted from warfare. So, having grown too old for combat, he himself telling that I have grown old to fight with you. I can't fight with you anymore. So he is going to recommend there is a suitable person available. You can go and fight with it. So the next sloka you can see, you are so skilled in war that I do not see anyone else but the most ancient person, Lord Vishnu, who can give satisfaction in battle to you. Therefore, O chief of the Asuras, approach him. whom even heroes like you mention with praise. Okay, so what Varunadev is doing, he is guiding Hiranyaksha. I am not capable, I am weak and old. Better you go. Lord Vishnu is the only suitable person and match for you. You go and fight with him. So Varuna continued. On reaching him, you will be rid of your pride. So he is also telling, he did not stop there. He is telling, whatever pride you are having, once you meet him, your pride will go to the ground at once and will lie down on the field of battle, surrounded by dogs for eternal sleep. It is in order to exterminate wicked fellows like you, and you show his grace to the virtuous that he assumes his various incarnations like Lord Varaha. So, Lord Vishnu took Varaha incarnation to kill Hiranyaksha, and also he saved Mother Earth. So, you can read further in Canto 3, Chapter 70. Next, we will read about Aryama. So Aryama is also brother of Varuna, Lord Varuna. Just now we read Lord Varuna. He is also son of Mother Aditi. So who is the last son of Mother Aditi? Urukrama. Who is Urukrama? Lord Vamandev. Okay. So, I was collecting this important information about Aryama. Who is Aryama? From Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Shloka 15. अभिभ्रात आर्यमा दंडम यथावात अग करीषु यावत् दधार शूद्रत्वम शापात वर्ष शताम यमः. As long as Vidura played the part of a Shudra being cursed by Manduka Muni, Aryama officiated at the post of Yamaraja to punish those who committed sinful acts. So, we all know Vidura is no one else but Yamaraj who took his incarnation. He got cursed by Manduka Muni, and for 100 years he was not in his position in Yamaloka. So who was leading Yamaloka at that time? Is Aryama. When Yamaraja thus incarnated himself as Vidura, his post was officiated by Aryama, one of the many sons of Kashyapa and Aditi. The Adityas are sons of Aditi, and there are 12 Adityas. Aryama is one of the 12 Adityas. Who is the first Aditya? Prabhuji, first Aditya. Very good. Vivaswan, sun god. This is the first Aditya. And therefore it was quite possible for him to take charge of the office of Yamaraj during his 100 years absence in the form of Vidura. So we will also understand how Yamaraj become Vidura. Prabhuji, would you like to read, Prabhuji? Thank you, Prabhuji. So this is the story. This comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Shloka 1 purport. Prabhuji is giving this story. So I request His Grace Kshitish Prabhuji to read on my behalf. Thank you.
How Yamaraj became Vidura. Once upon a time, the state police caught some thieves or concealed themselves in the hermitage of Manduka Muni. The police constables, as usual, arrested all the thieves and Manduka Muni along with them. The magistrate specifically punished the Muni to death by being pierced with a lance. When he was just to be pierced, the news reached the king, and he at once stopped the act on consideration of his being a great Muni. The king personally begged the Muni's pardon for the mistake of his men, and the same at once went to Yamaraj, who prescribes the destiny of the living beings. Yamaraj, being questioned by the Muni, replied that the Muni in his childhood pierced an ant with a sharpened straw, and for that reason he was put into difficulty. The Muni thought that if otherwise on the part of Yamaraj that he was punished for his childish innocence, and thus the Muni cursed Yamaraj to become a Shudra. And this Shudra incarnation of Yamaraj was known as Vidura, the Shudra brother of Dhritarashtra and Maharaj Manu.
Thank you. So Yamaraj is also one of the Mahajans. So how many Mahajans are there? Yes, very nice. Swayambur Narada Shambhu, Kumaro Kapila Mano, Prahlado Janako Vishma, Balir Vayasakir Vaya, Dwadashite Vijanimo, Dharma Bhagavata Badha, Purshyam Vishuddham Durbodham Yam Vyatva Amratam. Okay. So Lord Brahma, Bhagavan, Narada, Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Lord Kapila, the son of Devhuti, Swayambhu Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami, and myself. That is, Yamaraja is telling this sloka, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Sloka 20. And myself know the real religious principle. My dear servants, this transcendental religious principle, which is known as Bhagavata Dharma, or surrender onto the Supreme Lord and love for Him, is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. It is very confidential and difficult for ordinary human beings to understand. But if by chance one fortunately understands it, he is immediately liberated and thus he returns home back to order. So further information about Yama, the ruler of Naraka. Yama is son of the Surya, Vivasva, and Sandhya actually, and twin of Yami, which is Yamuna river. He is a Mahajan, of course. The king of the Pitas is Yamaraja, the very powerful son of the sun god. He resides in Pitraloka with his personal assistants, and while abiding by the rules and regulations set down by the Supreme Lord as his agents, the Yamadutas bring all the sinful men to him immediately upon their death. So once we all die, where we go? Mostly to Yamaloka. After bringing them within his jurisdiction, he properly judges them according to their specific sinful activities and sends them to one of the many hellish planets for suitable punishments. So we have two choices. Either Krishna conscious, go to Krishna Lok, or Golok Vrindavan, or you go to one of these lokas where Yamaraj is waiting for. Yamaraj is deputed by the Lord to a particular planet, some hundreds of thousands of miles away from the planet of Earth, to take away the corrupt souls after death and convict them in accordance with their respective sinful activities. Thus, Yamaraja has very little time to take leave from his responsible office of punishing the wrongdoers. There are more wrongdoers than righteous men. So, all wrongdoers, when the life is over, their souls will go to take punishment. So, to give punishment also, there has to be a proof, correct? Without proof, you cannot punish. Even in this material world, police arrest somebody, they need proof, correct? So, without proof, they don't arrest, or even court for that matter. If they have to punish somebody, a culprit, they need proof, correct? So, lawyers argue. So, based on the judgment, whether he gets punishment or no. So, what is the proof that Yamadutas or Yamaraj has got to punish somebody? So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Sloka 42, it says, these are all the witnesses. What all the Papa karmas anybody is doing. Suryo, Agni, Ham, Marut, Devaha, Somaha, Sandhyahani, Dishaha, Kam, Kuhu, Swayam, Dharma iti, Te iti, Daihasya, Sakshinaha. So, the sun, fire, sky, air, demigods, moon, evening, day, night, directions, water, land, and super soul. That is, God Himself, all witness the activities of the living entity. So, even in Bhagavad Gita, we read Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, shloka 14. Prabhuji, सर्वत्र पाणि पादं तथा सर्वतः अक्षि शिरस् मुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वम् अवस्थित तिष्ठ सर्वम् आवृत्य तिष्ठम्. See, in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna is telling Sarvatah Pani Padam Tata. Pani means hand, Padam is legs. So everywhere Lord's hand and legs are there. Sarvato Akshi Shiro Mukham. Everywhere Lord's eyes, his face and his head is there. Sarvatah Shrutimal Loke. He is hearing at every corner, every word you utter. Even you are not uttering, you are thinking something else in the heart. Lord can know it. Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. Everywhere are his hands, legs, his eyes, heads and faces, and he has ears everywhere. In this way, the super soul exists, pervading everything. So we have to be conscious that all these sources are gathering information about us. So after gathering information, what they will do? They will pass it on to Yamadutas or Yamaraj. So what will happen next is the most interesting part of today's session, which we will like try to finish fast. So we will go to one of these hellish planets. What I have gathered is here from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 26. You can read further. There are mainly 28 hellish planets. What are those? Tamishra. First of all, Tamishra. Tamishra we have heard somewhere. Kshitish Prabhuji. Where Tamishra? My God, which shloka? मतिर्ना कृष्णे परतो स्वतो यामितो अभिपत्येत कृषवृतानां अदान्तगोभिर् विशतां तामिश्रं पुनः पुनश्च चरित चर्वणानां. So what we are doing in the material world, attached to the material life, family life, what we are doing? We are achieving the achieved. We don't know actually Adanta Gobir. We are in a hurry to go to where? To hell. That is Tamishra, the first hellish planet. Then Andathamishra is there, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, Kalashrutra, Asti Patravana, Sukar Mukha, Andakupa. There's Andakupa also. One more shloka, Prabhuji. Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Shloka 5. Tat sadhumanne asuravarya dehinam sada samudrina diyam asat graham hitvatma pratam budham andakupa. Krimi Bhojana, Shandamsha, Taptasurmi, Vajrakantaka, Shalmali, Vaitarani, Puyoda, Pranaroda, Vishasana, Lalabhaksha, Saramiyadana, Avichi, Ayaphana, Sharakardama, Rakshogana Bhojana, Chulaprota, Dandashuka, Avata Nirodhana, Paryavratana, Shuchimuka. These are the main. There are many other planets, but these are the main 28. So what we will do is, we have short time. We will quickly see how easily we can reach Tamishra, or how easily we can reach under Tamishra. That is also being described. We will see how it can be reached and what are the punishments available there. So Tamishra, so how to reach hell and what punishments await. A person who steals another's money, wife, children, or possessions. So, what is the punishment there? On this very dark planet, the sinful man is chastised by the Yamadutas who beat and rebuke him. He is starved and is given no water to drink. Thus, the wrathful assistance of Yamaraja causing severe suffering, and sometimes he faints from their chastisement. We have to understand the once the soul transmigrates, there will be given a deha called as vahaka deha. So in that deha you will feel the pain, but the deha will not be diminished. So you will be suffering. Then Andatamishra, a man who tricks someone and enjoys his wife. There his condition is exactly like that of a tree being chopped off its roots. So imagine somebody who doesn't have legs is chopped off. Even before reaching Andhata Mishra, the sinful living being is subjected to various extreme miseries. Afflictions are so severe that he loses his intelligence and sight. So he becomes blind. That's why it is called as Andhata Mishra. Raurava, a foolish person absorbed in the bodily concept of life, who on the basis of principle maintains himself or his wife and children by committing violence against other living entities. As we can see, most of this is happening in this today's world. To maintain my own body or my own people or nepotism, what it is called, I am not bothered about others. This is what most of the politicians also do. Is oh, I am in power, I take care of my people, others let them go to hell. So, what actually happens is they go to hell, and what happens there to them in Raurava is there the animals he killed take birth as creatures called Rurus. Here it is Rurus. Prabhuji, you remember Gajendra Moksha, what is the crocodile name? Gandharva? Huhu. That Gandharva is Huhu. Here this creature is Ruru. This is more envious than a snake and cause great suffering for him. Then Maharaurava, a person who maintains his body by hurting others. Okay. So in this hell, Ruru animals known as Kara Vyada torment him and eat his flesh. So fifth hellish planet is Kumbhipaka. Those who kill different animals and birds and then cook. So other day, I don't know, I think Sangam Prabhu is not there today. He was asking, what happens, Prabhuji? There are many people telling why we should not eat non-veg. So, even before coming to Krishna consciousness, even I have done this mistake. But thanks to our acharyas, that we got away from all this habit. So, what happens if somebody eats animal is they are boiled in oil in Kumbhipaka. Okay, so I request all of you to remember at least four of these hellish planets and four of the mistakes that probably we would have committing now or committed in the past. So where we will be heading, we will understand. At least we will try to avoid these mistakes. Then Kala Sutra, a person who kills a Brahmana. For that matter, killing is bad. Killing any person. Okay, here it is mentioned as Brahmana in Shastra. He goes to this Kala Sutra where the land perfectly level and made of copper is as hot as an oven. Internally is burning with hunger and thirst, and externally is burning with scorching heat. So for many years they have to live there like that. Asi Patravana, one who does not follow the scriptural injunctions but who does everything whimsically or follows some rascal. This is Prabhupada's statement. Very strong words. Who doesn't follow any scriptural injunctions. So as we can understand in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, chapter 7, shloka 20, Prabhuji. What is the shloka? Yeah, so people who not surrendering to Krishna and following their own rituals, so they are whimsically following some rituals, some spiritual injunctions. So what will happen to them? Where the Yamadutas beat him with whips. When he runs hither and thither, fleeing from the extreme pain on all sides, he runs into the palm trees with leaves like sharpened swords. So this is a peculiar punishment. There is a planet called as Sukharmukha, a government official who poorly administers justice or who punishes an innocent man. Yamadut thus crushed him exactly as one crushes sugarcane to squeeze out the juice. This we can see, not only government officials, and most of us we are working in the private organizations as well. Many of you, not me, are suffering under the bosses. My boss is very saintly. Okay, so not essential that people torment others. So people who administer injustice will go to Sukaramukha, where they are crushed like sugarcane. Then Andakupa, a human being bereft of his conscience and is prone to cause suffering to other living beings, who cause suffering for other living beings. Where they go, is attacked by all the birds and beasts, reptiles, mosquitoes, flies, worms, flies, and any other creatures he tormented during his life. So kindly be careful. Any small living entity also, flies, you can see here, mosquitoes also. So don't kill a mosquito. Maybe you can take a cloth and blow it so that it goes away. Let one drop of blood go of yours, nothing will happen rather than going to Anda Kupa. Krimi Bhojana, any person who does not receive or feed a guest properly. So Shastras say even an enemy comes to your home, treat him properly. So if you are not treating your guest properly, but who personally enjoys eating, he goes to this Krimi Bhojana. In that hell is a lake of 100,000 yojanas or 800,000 miles wide and filled with worms. So basically, he will become a worm and feeds on other worms where who also feed on him. Then Sandamsha, a thief, basically a thief. There his skin is torn and separated by red hot iron balls and tongs. In this way, his entire body is cut to pieces. Then Tapta Surmi, person who has illicit sex. There such men and women are beaten with whips. They are forced to embrace a red hot iron form. Vajra Kantaka Shalmali, person who has illicit sex with other species. The agents of Yamaraja hang the sinful man on the tree and pull him down forcibly so that the thorns very severely tear the body. Vaitarani, a person born into an aristocratic or highly placed family but who does not act accordingly, who goes against their own family principles. So this sinful man is thrown into the river of Vaitarani. The aquatic animals there immediately began to eat him and suffers terribly in that river, which is full of stool, urine, pus, blood, hair, nails, bones, marrow, flesh, and fat. Can't even imagine such punishments. Pulyoda, one who lives like an animal, no good behavior, cleanliness or regulated life, where they are put into ocean filled with pus, stool, urine, mucus, saliva, and similar things. The 16th planet mentioned is Pranarodha, a person who mercilessly kills animals in the forest unnecessarily without sanction. The assistants of Yamaraja pierce him with arrows. Planet 17, Vishasana, a person who kills animals in the name of religious sacrifice. The assistants of Yamaraj kill him after giving him unlimited pay. Lala Baksha, a man who forces his wife out of a lusty desire to keep her under control. There he is thrown into a flowing river of semen, which he is forced to drink. Sara Meyadana, one who sets a fire or administers poison to kill someone. There are 720 dogs with teeth as strong as thunderbolts. These dogs voraciously devour such sinful people. Prabhuji, can you read? Twenty.
Avicii, a man who earns his livelihood by bearing false witness. Although the sinful man is repeatedly thrown from the mountain and his body broken to tiny pieces, He still does not die but continuously suffers chastisement. Ayatollah, a person addicted to drinking wine. Agents of Yamaraj stand on their chests and pour hot melted iron into their mouths. Sharakartama, one who violates etiquette by not showing proper respect to superiors, a low-born and abominable person who becomes falsely proud, thinking I am great, and who thus fails to show proper respect to one more elevated than he by birth, austerity, education, behavior, caste, or spiritual order. He is like a dead man even in his lifetime, and after death he is thrown headfirst into the hell known as Sharakartama. There he must suffer great tribulation at the hands of the agents of Yamaraja. Rakshogana Bhojana. A person who sacrifices human beings to Bhairava or Bhadra Kali, their victims, having taken the form of Rakshasas, cut them to pieces with sharpened swords.
Shula
Shulaprota, a person who kills pet animals. Their bodies are pierced with sharp needle-like knives. They suffer from hunger and thirst, and sharp-beaked birds such as vultures and herons come at them from all sides to tear at their body. Nanda Shuka, a person who gives trouble to others, always angry and giving way to enemies. In this hill, there are serpents with 5 or 7 holes. These serpents eat such sinful persons just as snakes eat mice. Avatta Nirodhana, one who imprisons a living entity within a cave. There they themselves are pushed into dark well where poisonous fumes and smoke suffocate them and they suffer very severely. Paryavartana, a person who shows unwarranted wrath toward a guest is at by hard-eyed vultures, herons, crows, and similar birds which suddenly swoop down and pluck out his eyes with great force. Ruchimukha, a person maddened by possessing riches and thus deeply absorbed in to collect money. Because of the sinful things he does to earn money, augment his wealth and protect it. Then the officials of Yamaraj punish him by thread through his entire body like weavers manufacturing cloth.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, these we reviewed 28 hellish planets. So, you can read further about this in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 26. The final slide for today. Shukadeva Goswami tells, in the province of Yamaraj, there are hundreds and thousands of hellish planets. The impious people I have mentioned, and also those I have not mentioned, must all enter these various planets according to degree of their impiety. Those who are pious, however, enter other planetary systems, namely the planets of the demigods. Nevertheless, both the pious and impious are again brought to earth after the results of their pious or impious acts are exhausted. So that's it from my side. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
This is Anurag. Thanks for wonderful class. I have a question.
Yes.
I will give it to you. have mentioned about this 28 different planets. I'm shivering inside right now because you don't know what to do. I feel like just getting down, absorbed in the mother level right now.
Prabhuji, when I was preparing this, an interesting thing I observed. The ISKCON regulative principles will ensure that we are not following any of this. If you see, there is wine drinking is there, meat eating is there. And all this, actually, the ISKCON regulative principles secures us from committing all these sins.
This is I wanted you to kindly share for those who are following this commandment.
Yes.
What are the special, what they say, the corporate world, the light at the end of the tunnel? What kind of aspiration we have to avoid these harassment? If you can just throw some light on that.
Prabhuji, yes, sir. With whatever my limited intelligence or what I have read and shared. Because when Srila Prabhupada went to US and all hippies, basically, uh, I myself is no less than a hippie before I came to Krishna conscious. I had all sorts of habits because even I had traveled Europe and all. There, Prabhupada's disciples, the initial disciples asked him that, Prabhupada, we have done all these great mistakes. So how, what we can do? So Prabhupada told, see, just chant and follow these regulative principles. I will take you through the back door to Golok. So, so under this juncture, Prabhuji, what my suggestion is to take our devotional service seriously, our spiritual life very seriously, surrender to a guru, take Diksha, and on the Diksha time, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, दीक्षा काले शिष्य करे आत्म समर्पण सेह काले guru kare atma sama. That means our diksha time, our diksha guru is absorbing all our sins that day and neutralizing the effect and giving us a new life. From that day onwards, if we become serious in our spiritual life, following all regulative principles, it is very essential. Srimad Krishna Prabhuji always tells me these, we, the moment as even when we are talking to any Vaishnavas or any people, it is essential that we talk about these four regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. If these principles are strictly followed and chanting is followed, Prabhuji, we are secured against all type of sin. This is what I have heard from uh, my senior acharyas, as well as I have read in several of Prabhupada's purport and his lectures, and I have quoted the example as well. This is my request, humble request to all of you. And if I have left out anything, I would request Yashomatin Prabhuji to kindly guide me on this.
Like our Bhagavad Gita makes us to making Form Sarva Papetu,
Moksha.
Moksha Shyama Master. So that is the Bhagavad Gita where it leads to us after whatever you just described here. So, yeah. So God is giving the assurance of like He will take care of them. As you said, you said if we are fully surrendered, then the Lord takes care. So here is like Mahasutra, the last one is, so here what Srila Prabhupada is, do not worry or Garobat, in Hindi it is Garobat. So what is the fear in surrendering to the Lord? Why the Lord is saying Garobat, right? Mahasutra. So why, what is the fear in surrendering to the Lord? If God is saying Mahasutra, it means there is something like which is there. So the mostly the acharyas this is like this
Our fear is like how we can leave our environment. Right? So mostly we don't become serious. Like we have so many of like in our daily life, how we are accustomed of living. So for us that becomes very difficult to leave it away. But if we just take it seriously what the Lord says and follow slowly the steps of the acharyas, we cannot become like them. It's for sure, like we cannot copy them, we cannot anukaran, but we can anusaran them. Maybe anusaran in small steps, which will help a lot. And their mercy is not like we can achieve something, but it can be given by their mercy to anyone, anytime. And that is the hope and possibility. Like they can do anything for sincere souls. And that's the reason Lord sends them here. Lord, He comes in a different form. Whether it is in the form of prasad, it is in the form of the deities, in the form of the scriptures, or comes like in the form of the acharyas. So the Lord is taking care by many ways of us, if He takes it. So for the sincere soul, it is a hope. It is not a hope, it is for sure. Like it is the word comes Dai Bhav. Dai Bhav is like a guarantee, like a child is born in a family. So just only because of he took birth in that family, so he is rightful candidate of having all the whatever he gets from his ancestors. His background. He was born in the family and he is eligible of getting everything that comes to the lineage of that family. So the same way, like the Lord says, it is like if you take seriously this, supply that. Like that is how the Lord He wants to give us. Even if we see 9.30 and 9.31 of Bhagavad Gita, Swami Shukuracharu Bhajate Mahamane Bhat, Samgrava Samantapyam, Samyak Vyavastu Isha. So there it is like Kshetra Bhavati Dharma.
शाश्वत शांति
Shastra Chantan Nirachati.
रामय भक्त्या प्रणश्यति
Yeah.
कौन्तेय
So, Kauteya Pratijani whatever condition one is, he become like efficiency for Acharya. But only the thing is, Bhajate Mahamane.
साधुरेव समन्तव्य साम्य व्यवस्थित
God is telling it is not like I am telling you have to consider. So the thing is, if we are sincerely following that, the Lord says for anyone, because it is my claim. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, he very nicely very long commentary he is given on these verses. So the first thing is you have the doubt is like efficiency Durachari. And then he's a Durachari and then how he can become like a sadhu. So both is not that. So here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says this is like to glorify the path of the bhakti. Otherwise, see, both are not matching. One can not be Durachari and then he can be a devotee also sadhu. Both will not be there. But like we pray every day to Tulsi Maharani, Yani Kani Japapani. So that is also like are we doing that or we are doing for Yani Kani Japapani? Brahmatyadi Kani production. So we are committing and then next day again they are subsequently it is not that. It is like the beauty of the Tulsi Maharani is such. Even a person who is that sinful, even every step while celebrating that, it will destroy that. So our whole path is like where we are knowingly or unknowingly also following the acharyas and really as you said, means like if we can distinct a little bit like from these four regulating principles, this is the worst if you can open 117 38.
Yeah.
So 24 and 38, these two verses you can read both the verses 117 24 and 170:38. So, Kapala Swacham,
Gaya Satyam.
Gaya Satyam, Ada, Krike Kikaha, Adharma, Ansukriyo, Bhanga. Smile Sang Mother's Day. So, Kapala will go like if you are drug addicted, you cannot sit for the Kapala. So, one leg is gone. Kapala, Swacham. If you are indulging in like illicit way with like that, so you cannot be like mentally you cannot be free. Right? Kapala Swacham, then Gaya means like grossly it is like all drink eating and all things. It is very gross. So that is there, and then if you are gambling, then you cannot be truthful. For that, without just cheating, you cannot win the gambling. So these are the four things which are for these people, how they will follow this. The first thing he is going to follow this four principles. This is how it is coming from here. And then as you study, you can read the 38 years.
Abhyarthitas Tadatas Pranani Pranay
So these four things are there on Sud Goswami said, Maharaj correction. Thus, being petitioned by the personality of Kali, gave him permission to reside in the places where gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter were performed. If you are away from that, wherever it is there, that is how it comes in NOD, Adapter or devotion. Where Yaha Yasya Hare Dase Karuna Bharasa Gira Nikrasa Premastasu Jivan Muktasa Ucha. So he is free from this all Jivan Mukta. He is a liberated person. Yaha Yasya Hare Dase. Like he is a devotee of the Lord. Karmana by his acts, Manasa by mind, and Vira means by the body, by the thought. Karmana Mansa Vira, Nikhilasa Vyavasa. Whatever situation he is, Jivan Mukta Swarupa. So he is liberated. So you took us on the other side, and our acharyas they talk about the positive side also. So, like until we will not know about the danger, then we will not think of how to escape from that. And that is the reason means like there is no fear, no danger here. Then why we will put so many efforts of like getting early morning and chanting around. Why means like we can also sleep long. We can do also how the others are doing the workout. But why we are doing it? Because of these dangers. Then only you can. It's like it's Srila Pranadas Goswami. He tells that like. Somebody tells you you are walking, like in a village, I had that experience of it. Little dog, it is little night. So in our young age, our parents used to make us careful of if you do that because they don't have time. They are their work and so they'll tell you if you go that side, there is that. You go there, like so daytime we are not there. But when little dark and comes, so we run. We run very fast because of these things we heard and we always keep that in mind. Then we run to our goal to reach home. So by this, if he sincerely take this call, then the wise person he should think of no, I have to leave this place. I have to reach my home back to God. So these are all
Thank you.
correction.
No, please.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी धन्यवाद हिंदी में बोलना
हाँ बोलिए।
जैसे कि जो स्कॉल में सरेंडर कर दिया है वो तो ठीक है पर जो आदमी स्कॉल में नहीं है जैसे कि हमारा फैमिली का कोई है और जैसे फ्रेंड का शादी का है पर वो कहने पर चैंटिंग तो करता है वो श्रवण करता है भगवान का कभी कभी प्रसाद भी अगर लिया तो वो ग्रहण करता है पर वो दीक्षा नहीं लिया है और पुलिस सरेंडर नहीं है पर चैंटिंग करता है तो क्या जैसे कि हमने मैं इधर में था तो श्रीमद् भागवतम सप्ताह में सुना था कि वो अजामिल के बारे में, तो अगर कोई भगवान का नाम श्रवण करता है, चैंटिंग करता है, तो उसको यमराज लेने नहीं आएगा और यमराज उसको दर्शन भी नहीं देगा। तो क्या वो बात सिर्फ इस्कॉन में जो है उसमें लागू होता है, या तो बाहर में बैठ के वो थोड़ा थोड़ा चैंटिंग करता है, थोड़ा थोड़ा भगवान का कथा श्रवण करता है, उसको भी लागू होता है? अगर वो कर रहा है तो वो किधर जाएगा, उसको यमराज ले जाएगा या फिर कहीं और जाएगा वो?
तो मुझे आपका क्वेश्चन अच्छा है। एक्चुअली एक लॉटरी का ऑप्शन दिया भगवान ने। लॉटरी सबको नहीं लगता ना, किसी को लॉटरी लगता है, ठीक है? ऐसे ही भगवान ने भगवद गीता में एक ऑप्शन दिया, अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरण मुक्ता करेगा। जैसे कि अजामिल ने किया, वो मरने का टाइम एक्चुअली भगवान को याद नहीं किया, उसने उसने उसका बेटे को याद किया। वो लकी था कि उसको लॉटरी लग गया कि उसका बेटे का नाम भगवान का नाम सही है। ओके, तो अगर ये भी ऑप्शन भगवान ने दिया है, हम एक चैप्टर में पढ़ते हैं कि जैसे कि कुछ लोग हैं उत्तरायण का व्हाट इज दैट फुल मून डे, वो डे में अगर वो चला जाते हैं, वो गलत भी किया हो वो भगवान के वहां जाएगा। ऐसे ही कुछ ऑप्शंस ने भगवान ने लॉटरी की तरह दिया है। वो टाइम पे हो गया तो हो गया, लेकिन सबको नहीं लगता ना, सबको वी हैव टू गो थ्रू अ प्रॉपर चैनल ओनली। आप जैसे बोल रहे हैं, एक पायस क्रेडिट होता है, जैसे कि आप अकाउंट में पैसा जमा करते हैं, ऐसे भी अपना पायस का एक क्रेडिट रहता है, हम जमा करते जाते हैं। कुछ लोग कम चैंटिंग करेंगे, उनका कम जमा होएगा, कुछ लोग ज्यादा करते हैं, उनका ज्यादा जमा तो हो जाए। उनका भक्ति का भी एक पायस क्रेडिट रहता है, उसके हिसाब से वो आपका अकाउंट में जाता रहे। कौन कितना अच्छा कर्म किया, अच्छा गलती किया, उसके हिसाब से उनको कर्म भुगतना ही पड़ता
यानी उसको भी नरक में जाना ही
है। तो सबको इवन हम भी, अगर ऐसा नहीं कि कृष्णा कॉन्शियस में आ गए ये बच गए, ऐसा नहीं। आने के बाद अभी प्रभु जी ने समझाया, स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो भी करना पड़ेगा। इट्स वेरी एसेंशियल दैट ओके, अभी मैं आ गया, गुरु का दीक्षा मिल गया, मैं तुलसी माला पहन रहा है, मैं कुछ भी अभी अभी चेतसो दुराचारो 9:30 भी वहां दुराचारो करो भी चलेगा। प्रभु जी वही समझाए कि गलती से कहीं कहीं एक बार हो जाए अननोन तो चलेगा। ये 9:30 especially I remember his grace Vaibhav Krishna Prabhuji took this class. Accidentally you are doing a mistake, चलेगा, लेकिन कैसे कृष्ण भगवान बोल दिया 9:30 है हर जगह, वही करो, और जाके सब इलिसिट अभी अपाशोचम दया सत्यम हमने सीखा, वो फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं। ये प्रभुपाद जी इनका परकोट में लिखते हैं कि मैड एलिफेंट हैबिट। जैसे कि आप एक हाथी को नदी में नहा के बाहर लेके आएंगे, वो क्या करेगा, मिट्टी में पड़ेगा, तो क्या फायदा नहा के, ऐसा हो जाएगा। तो करना है तो सीरियसली करना पड़ेगा मुझे। अभी इतना सब जानने के बाद तो मुझे पता है कि वी नो अगर फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं, हेल्थ है, अपना शास्त्र में सब कुछ दिया है, और जो नहीं करने का है वो, इसलिए मैंने टाइटल भी ऐसे किया, इजी पाथ टू हेल्थ, नरक में जाना आसान है। जैसे कि प्रभुपाद जी एक उदाहरण देते हैं, ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है ना, ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है, ये छोड़िए तो मेटल वर्ल्ड की तरफ से जाता है, आपको इसको इधर पकड़ के रखने का है। तो ऑलवेज इट इज वेरी इजी टू फॉल डाउन, माया खींचेगा आपको नीचे, और हमको ऊपर उठने का है माया से, तो साधना करना पड़ेगा। तो प्रभु जी बताए कि सुबह उठ के चैंटिंग क्यों करने का, क्योंकि हमको इधर रहने का है, नहीं करेंगे, सोएंगे, हम भी सो सकते हैं, तो क्या होएगा, नीचे गिर। थैंक यू प्रभु जी, होप आई आंसर्ड योर। यस प्रभु जी, लास्ट क्वेश्चन, होप अर्जुन प्रभु जी अलाउस यू कैन।
एक क्वेश्चन
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for wonderful lecture. It was so inspiring. First time I was saying, very inspiring.
इट इज ऑल आचार्य प्रभु जी, इट इज ऑल आचार्य, आचार्य नहीं तो स्वतः न संभव, मैंने बताया ना, स्वतः अकेले में कुछ नहीं होएगा। आचार्य हम का साथ है, 4 आचार्य बैठे हैं, उसके पीछे हम चलेंगे। इसलिए मैं रणछोड़ प्रभु जी को हमेशा बोलता हूँ, आप इंजन है, हम बोगी हैं, आप आगे चलेंगे तो हम पीछे चलते, नहीं तो नहीं होगी।
So, Prabhuji, my question is like when you mention about 28 inch panels, what is the quantum of strength like to define कि इसको इतना मतलब जैसे if somebody kills hand तो उसको ये सेकंड के लिए ये इधर जाएगा और उसका जो टाइमिंग है तो व्हाट विल बी द टाइमिंग इज देयर एनी लाइक
प्रभु जी उसके लिए एक श्लोक है, मुझे इसके प्रकाश प्रभु जी ने बताए थे, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। ये देखिए, अप्रारब्ध फलम पापम कूटम बीजम फलम फलोन्मुखम क्रमेणैव प्रलीयते विष्णु भक्ति रतानात्मा। जैसे कि आपने कुछ पाप किया, ओके, वो पाप बीज के रूप में रहता है। आप नोबल नोबल जानते हैं? नोबल प्राइज क्यों देते पता है आपको? अल्फ्रेड नोबल जो था वो डायनामाइट फाइंड किया, ओके। सो डायनामाइट है, बॉम्ब है, जहां पे फेंकते हैं बॉम्ब लोग मर जाएंगे। तो उसने क्या किया, पीपल विल रिमेंबर मी फॉर क्रिएटिंग बॉम्ब विच विल डिफेम मी। तो इसलिए उसने क्या किया, मेरा नाम पे एक नोबल प्राइज रखेगा कि सो पीपल विल नो मी फॉर गुड थिंग्स। लेकिन हर जहां जहां बॉम्ब गिरेगा लोग मरते हैं, उसका पाप किसका अकाउंट में जाएगा? उसी का अकाउंट में जाएगा। इसीलिए ये श्लोक बताता है पाप जो है बीज के रूप में है, वो बीज गिर के पेड़ बनेगा, पेड़ बन के फल बनेगा, वो फल बहुत जगह जगह गिरेगा और जहां जहां फल जाके गिरेगा बॉम्ब, वो पाप भी इसका अकाउंट में आएगा। आप समझ रहे हैं? सो आप ऐसे नहीं सोचते कि मैंने एक छोटा पाप किया। सोचो किसी ने चोरी किया, ओके, उसको लगता है मैंने एक छोटा चोरी किया, ओके। सोचो अगर वो पैसा उसने चोरी किया, मैंने बहुत पहले कहीं पे देखा था, वो जिसका पैसा चुराया था ना, उसका घर में बहुत मुश्किल था। उन 4 लोगों ने जाके, पैसा नहीं था उनका, वो 4 लोग जाके सुसाइड कर लिए। वो सुसाइड का कर्म किसको जाएगा? तो जो चोरी किया था उसको लगेगा ना। लेकिन इसको क्या लगता है, मैंने 100 रुपए चोरी किया, उससे क्या होएगा? लेकिन 100 रुपए तुमने चोरी करने से वो 4 जन का एक परिवार सुसाइड कर लिया, उसका पाप भी तुम्हें आएगा। सो आप कभी सोच नहीं सकते कि हमारा पाप का क्वांटम क्या है। बेटर डोंट डू। So this is my answer, Prabhuji. I don't have anything more. Maybe Acharyas can add.
so just
Yeah, I put it back.
the question प्रभुजी so like जैसे उधर जो प्राइसेस होता है जैसे फूड ऑयल एंड सब, तो उसका टेंडर क्या हो सकता है, उसके बाद में वो जीव का क्या?
वो मेंशन किया ना आफ्टर, मैं मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन में था वो। यस, if you are chanting the Hare Krishna.
Or whatever we accumulated from our past lives or by mistake in this life. So a prarabdha means like which is now we are getting. This is prarabdha. A prarabdha means which is waiting and it will come any time. Now today I am sitting here, tomorrow I may hear some news, something good or bad or whatever. We don't know life, right? So that is a prarabdha. So a prarabdha phalam papam putam, which it is not even in a seed stage. Putam bijam phalomukam, or which is just ready to give you the result. All this it is there for us. What will happen? Kramena Prabhuji. Because everything will be destroyed. Vishnu Bhakti Radha, who has just this Vishnu Bhakti, the devotional practice, who started that, then all will be taken care. And that's why Dhamman meditation. It's like it is the same. And there is another verse in Srimad Bhagavatam that it is said like when you start practicing this devotional service, so like you fire the wood, then it gives you the fire, it gives you the flame of that fire, but in a process, it burns even that wood out, right? That wood is now became acid. The same way, this devotional practice It is giving you the devotion, but by the time it is burning all our sins, like that wood is gone finished. So here it is like we are thinking two ways. Always we should think of how I can serve, how I can devote my more time on that. Don't think of any other thing. Lord says like I will take care of it. The Lord is restoring us. Okay. So that Lord will take care of that. If we are sincere on our part, we should not cheat ourselves of like okay, I have a time, I will do this also. Then see the Lord is there all the time. Even when we are sleeping, then also we are not conscious of that. Somebody is there like where we are seeing the dreams, we are doing this all happening. The Lord is even not sleeping that time when we are sleeping for the soul. So if we just think of that, even like I had in one lecture which I like so their lessons was like if our like the goal is fixed. We have decided by goal, if I will achieve something, it will be for pleasure of the Lord and it will be pleasure of the our Asana. This will be my goal. Otherwise, what will happen? If you achieve something, it may give us pride, it may give us many things are happening. And the people they achieve something and then they misuse it or they get get intoxicated of that. So how to just escape from this all? So this is one, and then after the prayas means like the efforts, but maybe the quantity is very small. So the Lord is not talking about the quantity. That is what the Lord counts. Where this squirrel was also just doing a small part on that. She was just carrying on the dust, and all the monkeys they were carrying all the big hills, they were collecting them, they were making this silver. But the Lord has given equal, like that His mercy equally to that squirrel also and to the monkey. Or like Japan, he could not say Mother Sita, but the Lord now, he could not perform the last ritual to his father, but he performed the last rituals to Jatai. Because of he knows that I cannot win the Ravana, is such a powerful Asura. For his last breath, he is trying. And that is what Lord saw. Lord has not thought of he or like he could not do anything. No, he did anything.
Prabhuji, you see, the last session. Nevertheless, both the pious and impious are again brought to earth after the results of their pious or impious acts are exhausted. After suffering, they will be given a chance again on earth.
This is not for devotional service. I told you, this is pious and impious.
Pious.
But devotional service is beyond pious and impious. This is a Suddha Sarma, it is of the
Transcendental.
When you don't have any impact on the